revenue decline of about 4% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Let's start with that. What happened? Tariffs were the basic issue, intense competition.
Needless to say, the industry has gone through terrific times in the last 3-4 quarters. There has been intense price competition, and while the number of subscribers have been increasing, there is this multiple SIM phenomena which is divvying up the ARPU or the revenues that the customers are yielding on any one operator. And while there has been what I call difficult times in the financial performance, Reliance has rolled out the GSM network pan-India completely last year. We have added about 40 million subscribers out of the 102 million subscribers that we currently hold. And I think the network investments for the last 1 year is behind us, and we are looking forward to those network assets being employed fully to monetize those things in the coming quarters.
What about recent plans which have been launched? Do you think that will continue to add more pressure, or you're seeing the worst of it?
No, if you look at the unlimited CDMA pack that we launched about 10 days ago or last week, is essentially geared towards what I call very high-end users. And there are the two packs that we launched. One is the 299 rupees for a local pack, which is predominantly at the state level. And at the national level, we launched another pack, which is about 599 rupees. Both of them are geared towards very high-end usage of the segment in the country. And there is a large pool of subscribers who use the mobile phones heavily. And these two packs are essentially targeted at those two segments to woo them onto CDMA network, both from what I call an existing subscriber base in the country, as well as any customer within Reliance network that is using heavily can avail this. The gist of that pack is the convenience factor for prepaid customers, wherein they pay only once or recharge once a month, and they get to use as much of the talk time as needed. And we believe that this should appeal to the high-end segment of the user base.
Mr. Prasad, just wanted to basically get a nutshell answer from you on what on whether or not the downside is likely to continue, because there has been pressure on various operating indicators. Is it likely to continue?
No, there are a couple of factors. One, we've been adding about 3 million subscribers every month. There is a good mix of CDMA customers as well as GSM customers in that base. Certainly the newer GSM customers that we are acquiring are coming from rural markets, as well as customers who want to get on to Reliance and try the Reliance GSM network. So there is a blended what I call behavior of the existing CDMA customers of Reliance as well as the newly acquired GSM customers. While we look at what I call the revenues and other KPIs, I think what's good about the last 2 quarters is we have seen consistently the growth in the minutes of usage. We are clocking about a billion plus minutes a day, and that is good from a network capacity utilization point of view. And if you also look at it for the last 2-3 quarters, Reliance is one of the operators who has stabilized the revenue per minute or the rate per minute for the last 3 quarters. Our Simply Reliance initiative that we launched in October has certainly done well, and with our new unlimited CDMA pack, we hope that we can garner a good share of the high-end usage segment as well.
So you talked about KPI, the key performance indicators, and I'm looking at the same KPI. Now the revenue per minute also has declined 3.2% quarter on quarter, and that clearly suggests that there's no improvement yet in the subscriber quality despite 16 months and counting of the GSM launch. Is that a fair reading, and is that going to improve that reading?
No, you're absolutely right. We launched GSM only in January of last year, and the first 5 months we ran the customer experience program to fine-tune our network, and the real what I call addition of the subscribers, the quality subscribers, started sometime around the second quarter. At about the same time, there were quite a few new entrants that came into the market and launched this irrational tariff schemes that we saw in the middle of last year. Despite all of that, we have seen what I call growth in the minutes of usage, but not necessarily in line with what I call the expectations of the industry as well as us in terms of the elasticity. While we have seen the elasticity among users, there is still what I call ways to go in terms of the minutes of usage that we can clock on every customer that we add. And needless to say, this has certainly impacted the revenue per minute for the entire industry. We have seen consistently quarter over quarter decline for all operators, the rate per minute, but we've been very pleased that we've been able to stabilize the RPM for Reliance.
Right. ARPUs, of course, are off year on year, more so. But give us an outlook for this year, 2011. Where do you think they're likely to stabilize?
No, I think we expect better times in the coming quarters. But if you look at the entire industry's ARPU, it has declined anywhere between 35 to 40% for all operators put together. This is an industry-wide phenomena. When you look at the kinds of tariffs that we saw last year, 1 paisa per second or half paisa per second, it's bound to happen in terms of what I call the ARPU. Given that the minutes of usage is not going to double despite the rates being cut by half, you are going to see the ARPU decline. But I think given where we are today, given the scale of our operations, the cost per minute that we have in our network, we are fairly in a better position to withstand this and move forward with it.
Right. Talk about the global and the broadband businesses. Both have seen a huge dip in terms of EBITDA margins. Is the weakness creeping into other verticals as well, as you see it?
No, I think when you look at what has happened in the mobile, it's bound to have a rub-off on the enterprise segment. We have seen a lot of our enterprise accounts looking to match the tariffs on the wireline services as well. In terms of both voice and data, that has put continuous pressure on our large enterprise contracts that we have. As you know, we have nearly 850 or 900 Fortune 1000 companies on Reliance Enterprise in the enterprise business unit, and what we have seen in the mobile has certainly rubbed off on the wireline voice and has continued to put pressure on the enterprise business as well, which is the reason why you see some of the dynamics that we have seen in the enterprise business segment. And even on the global front, given that we have just come out of the financial debacle that the financial sector saw and many of the multinationals, there is signs of improvement, but still a lot of the things that happened in the last 12 to 18 months has really impacted the global business as well as the enterprise business.
So I know you don't give a forward-looking guidance, but let's just try and get a ballpark kind of guidance from you. When do you plan to achieve the 200 million subscriber mark?
You're right that we don't give forward-looking guidance, but having said that, certainly the next 100 million, we mentioned that we want to achieve that in the next 1,000 days. Certainly there is tremendous potential in the country in terms of the mobile growth. We are nowhere close to what we all would like to see. There is only about 350 to 400 million unique subscribers in the country, although there are about 600 million SIM connections. This is due to the multi-SIM phenomena. But at the same time, there is tremendous amount of what I call growth expected in the internet space. The PC penetration is going up every year, every quarter, and in the last 2 quarters we have seen the PC and laptop sales also increase. This should have positive impact on the wireless internet growth as well as the internet penetration in the country. So there are certainly positive to look forward to, and at the same time our GSM network is now fully functional on pan-India basis. The quality of the network is great and we continue to add GSM customers, so these should have positive impact going forward.